I got the open edge design shorty extensions on.
Goon climbers!
What's up, Goon climbers? I am getting my hill climb bike ready from the last weekend riding in the sand pit. I really messed the bike up. I wrecked it a whole bunch. I flipped it a whole bunch. So now it's time to put some new parts on it. So right here, I have the 3.5 rim that me and Otis laced up. I popped the tube, so I got to put a new tire on it and a tube. I got a new skid plate here. I got to retighten a lot of these bolts because my exhaust bolt came off the last time on the ride, so I got to tighten that down, put some Loctite on it. I have some new skid plates here, new handlebar, fuel filters, and I got to put my handguard mount back on. And then a new chain guide. But also I have to see if these shorty blocks that Travis makes at Open Edge Design will fit with the 3.5 rim. So that's today's goal, is to get this bike ready for the weekend so I can hill climb with the 3.5 rim and the shorty blocks. Let's get to it. Alright, so for a 3.5 rim, you're gonna need 3.5 rim locks, and you can't just go pick those up at Rocky Mountains. So we hit up Jason Smith on Hill Climbers Only, and he makes these custom 3.5 rim locks. Now, you can drill into the rim, into the sidewalls of your tire as like a rim lock, but we wanted solid actual rim locks. And for my hill climb bikes that are stretched, I always put 2 rim locks on opposite sides. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just another hole for the rim lock to go into. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this tire on. I got a bead buddy. It makes it so much easier to do tires by yourself. It just clips on to the bead and holds it for you. I was able to get the rear tire on, the 3.5 rim, and I got the new chain on the dirt bike with a 54 rear sprocket and Travis's shorty block extensions. So it's gonna go real good. I think it rubs the chain guide a little bit, so I'm gonna have to wear a groove in it because these shorty blocks don't have chain guide built into the shorty blocks. So I'm gonna have to wear a groove into that just for now because my other extensions are kind of messed up from the sand pit ripping them apart. So this is gonna have to work. I just gotta rub a groove in. Let's go on to the next bit of this build and get some of the bolts Loctited and put my skid plate on, seat on, pretty much get everything on it that I need to. Just changed out the inline fuel filter on these dirt bikes. It's an O-ring and a filter, and you need to change those every so often on your KTM dirt bike. Also, I punctured my finger with a sharp object. Alright, next on the list is a new set of handlebars. These are ODI McGrath bend. I like them because there's not a high bend on them. Where they're a lower bend, you can pull back farther to your chest on walls. So these high bends, you can't really pull that far back. They only, your arms and the height of the bars will only let you pull so far back. Lower bend bars, you can pull farther back to your body on walls, making it able for you to go up steeper walls and hills and ledges. It keeps you closer to the bike. Alright, I'm back. I had to get this thing done and I didn't have a lot of time to do it, so I didn't video a lot of the things that I did, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that I've done to the bike tonight to get it ready for this weekend. So let's go ahead and get to that. First off, I put the M5B on the 3.5 wide rim, and then I put the 54 tooth sprocket in the rear and the 14 tooth sprocket up front with a brand new Tusk chain. I'm not partial to Tusk, I like Tusk. And I got the Open Edge Design shorty extensions on. It will be rubbing the chain guide a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get it in here. It's gonna rub a little bit, but I'll rub a groove in it. It's got enough power. I put some bolts in the 2019 plastics because these always pop out of the rear fender, so I put a bolt on this side and a bolt on this side. Thanks to Cam, he showed me that. Just put my McGrath bend bars up here. And they're not a high bend bar, they're actually a low bend bar, so you can stay closer to the bike, and when you're wheeling into walls, you can pull the handlebars closer to you. I got the JD tuner. hopefully some of these modifications help you guys out and trying to figure out how you want to set your hill climb bike up for hill climbing. Everybody's different, and I know that, but you might be in a similar situation to me and trying new things. So the new things that I'm trying this time is a 3.5 wide rim with an M5B grip studs every other row, a 14 tooth front sprocket, and a 54 tooth rear sprocket in the rear. And those are a lot of changes, but I'm gonna try to see how it does and work with it. So hopefully these new changes are gonna be something that I really like and stay with it in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the hillside. We're here in Briery, Lewis County, Kentucky. So did the modifications on the bike, the 14 front, the 54 rear, and then I got the JD Jetting tuner on here to spice it up with the short exhaust, and then we got the 3.5 rim on the rear. So we're gonna see how it does on undefeated. Well, that front tire did not like that. That's the first time I haven't made this hill on the first try in a long time. All right. Got a little bit of issue going on. I got too much bounce in the rear end from the rear shock, and then I think I got too much air in my rear tire, so I'm gonna go ahead and let some air out to get that situation fixed. That was probably the hardest time I've had climbing this hill in a long time. That's the thing about these East Coast hills. Man, I would have never had that much trouble on a West Coast hill. Someone in the comment section will be like, you hit whatever, man, you can't. Like, if you ain't free road hill climbed on the East and the West, gnarly hills, then you really can't say nothing about what's more gnarlier.